What's going on, everyone? My name's Broshow. Welcome back to a brand new video. And with all the hype surrounding Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, I want to talk about who I thought would be in this brand new game. I'm so excited that it comes out in only 2 months, just over 2 months. But if you guys could start off by giving the video a like and maybe commenting who you think will be in it, I would greatly appreciate it. So let's get into it. Okay, so starting off, there is 6 characters that we know are definitely going to be playable in the game. Link, Zelda, Daruk, Mipha, Rivali, and Urbosa. The Princess of Hyrule, her knight, and the 4 champions. These 6 we know for sure because we see them playable in the actual gameplay of the trailer. So let's move on to some other people who I think are going to be playable. Okay, so the first of these characters I think that's going to be playable is Impa. Impa, if you actually look closely in the trailer, she's in the trailer twice. And at this point in time, 100 years after the Great Calamity, we know she's, thanks to the creating a champion, we know she's about 120 during the events of Breath of the Wild. Means 100 years in the past during the Great Calamity that she's about 20 years old. Impa was also a playable character in the last Hyrule Warriors game, which means we would already have a pretty good moveset for her. And Nintendo would also have a great palette of moves to choose from. Going along with Impa, I think also we could see Robbie as a playable character because we know he is 100 years younger also in this game. So he's about the same age as Impa. And I think with Robbie, we would see a moveset that's based around ancient weapons and ancient armor because we see him at the Akala Ancient Tech Lab. So going along with those two, Pyrrha I'm not so sure about because we don't really know. We know she's a lot younger in Breath of the Wild only because she experimented on herself, or an experiment went wrong which caused her to look younger even though she is about the same age as both of them, but we don't really know a moveset or if she's gone into battle before. Another character I think that will be playable in this game is the King of Hyrule, because in the last Hyrule Warriors, the King of Red Lions was playable, and this is also before Link becomes Zelda's personal knight, and before they know Link is going to be the champion and is the chosen hero. Next, I think King Dorphan is going to be a playable character, because we know he's gone off into battle before, and he has lived during the Great Calamity. On the pillars in Zora's domain, it says that he's gone off into battle, and he once bested a guardian single-handedly, where many other Zora could not. So we know a lot of royalty, or characters that are in charge, are going to be playable, or just speculation right now. So I want to throw a few more people into the mix. 2 more people that I want to throw in is Canelli, the big owl dude, and also Bluto. Why? I don't know. Just speculation, because we have Urbosa playable, we have King Dorphan that may be playable, and the King of Hyrule may also be playable. So I just wanted to throw those 2 in there. Also in Breath of the Wild, all 3 timelines were mentioned by Zelda during the time of the period that this game takes place, during the Great Calamity. So maybe we could see characters from previous games like Darunia, Midna, and Sheik, not tied in with the stories, but just as like extras. We also know that there will be amiibo functionality with Nintendo re-releasing the Champion amiibo alongside the game, so maybe we could get some characters or costumes that we got from the original Breath of the Wild that can be playable in this game, also as extras. And now the final thing that I want to touch on is characters from the previous game. Link and Zelda we already know are going to be playable, and Impa we know is pretty much going to be playable. Also Sheik, I think there's a good chance of him coming back. And characters from older games like Darunia, Midna, Ruto, they may come back because of Zelda mentioning the previous timelines. Also, all the other forms of Link, like Child Link from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, along with maybe Wind Waker Link, I think they could be playable. Zant, Yuga, Girahim, and Skull Kid may be playable because we need some villains. We need some villains in the mix. And we already have a costume of Skull Kid, along with Ravio and Tingle we have in Breath of the Wild, so we may see them. I think Thai may be in this game, to foreshadow something in Breath of the Wild 2, because I think in Breath of the Wild we did see during Link's final stand trying to defend Zelda when he fell out, the Master Sword spoke to Zelda, and you hear the sound that Fi makes in Skyward Sword. Tetra, Agatha, Linkle, Medley, Marin, and Lana, along with Toon Zelda, may be extras just to fill space. I don't know. And the 3 villains from the original Hyrule Warriors games, because we need some more villains. Like, seriously, they're not giving us much to go with. Ganon in his Ganondorf form I think is very unlikely, because he's buried under Hyrule Castle. But the closest thing I think we'll see to Ganon will be the Blight forms of Ganon playable, probably in the Divine Beast, or maybe a little bit before that. Also, I have complete speculation that I don't know if they'll be in there or not, but Kilton and Dark Link, I think maybe they could be playable in some sort of way, just as like some darker characters. And DLC, there probably will be DLC, but at this point, I don't know who will be DLC. It'll probably just be like the most random Zelda characters, like some of those that I mentioned before. But besides that, I think that wraps it up. The character that I want to see the most is Fierce Deity Link, because he's a boss and he's amazing, and they need to use him more. It would be so cool if we saw him like canon again. I don't know, tell me, do you agree or disagree with me in the comments? I want to see what you guys think. Who do you think is playable? And what do you think some of the characters' movesets will be? What do you think they'll be based around? And do you think I produced some good evidence for some of these characters? But besides that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Smash the like button, hit subscribe if you want to see more videos like that, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.